Welcome everyone, namaste. Today we'll be doing a 20-minute yoga flow for back pain. So with this class, working through the length of your spine to relieve and release any tension or stress throughout your spine, and maybe that works into your whole body as well. So with this class, make sure that you really listen to yourself and modify any poses if you need to. If anything doesn't feel good, maybe just back off a little bit and try something else. Remember to take any breaks, or even just pause the video if something feels extra good, just to steep in that goodness for a little bit. So we're actually going to start this class coming into child's pose. Knees can be together or apart. I'm going to take mine apart because I feel like I can move into the lower back region and into the hips a little bit more. So extend the hands out in front nice and long. Really press into the hands like you're pressing away, and then press your tailbone back towards your heels. Bring your forehead down onto the earth. Take a nice clearing breath here, in through your nose. Open mouth, side out. And just come back to your natural breath. In and out through your nose. And let your breath travel down the length of your spine, all the way into your low back and your hips here. And then gently peering up at your hands, walk your hands over to the right slightly. Maybe the hands touch, maybe they're separated. And just sink the heart and the forehead down here, breathing into the left side body. And gazing up at the hands, walking them through center, over to the left side. Dropping the heart and the forehead down onto your mat. Breathe into the right side body. And then slowly gazing up at the hands, walk them through center. And then slowly just start to walk your hands back towards your hips and make your way into tabletop, nice and slow. Really taking a gentle approach with this class, so trying not to move too fast. Once you get in tabletop, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips, just sway your hips from side to side here. And just notice how the lower back and the hips are feeling after that child's pose. And coming through center for cat and cow. So as you inhale, tilt the tailbone, drop the belly, heart reaches forward, shoulders pull back, gazing up, cow pose. As you exhale, round through your spine, tuck your tailbone, press into the hands, spread the shoulders, tuck your chin to your chest, cat pose. Inhale, arching forward, and exhale, round. Inhale forward, nice and slow. Exhale, round. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Now coming back through center, press into the left hand as you inhale. Reach that right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, thread it through under the left arm as your right shoulder and your head come down to the ground. Keep the hips over the knees. Maybe you walk that left hand up, stretching into the right side body as well as into the back of that right shoulder. If you want a little more here to stretch the back of that right shoulder, just bring your forehead down to face center. on the mat. Take one more full breath here. And if you walked your left hand forward, just walk it back. Press into the left hand as you inhale, unravel, reaching up. And then as you exhale, bring the right arm along the right ear. Engage your core here, press into the right knee, and just extend that left leg back for a breath. And slowly release through center. Maybe sway the hips from side to side. Take any movement here before moving to the next side. So with relieving any tension and stress in the spine, it's not always about stretching and flexibility. Sometimes it's also about building up those muscles to kind of be better against the strain that you may endure. So from here, press into the right hand as you inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, thread it under the right arm, left shoulder and head come to the ground. Release here, maybe you walk that right hand forward. Hips stay over the knees. And if you want a little more, bring the forehead down through center on the mat. Take one more breath here. And if you walked the right hand forward, just walk it back. Press into the right hand as you inhale, unravel, reach the left arm up. As you exhale, reach the left arm along the left ear. Engage the core here, extend that right leg back just for a breath. And slowly release. Again, take any movement that feels good. And then just walk the hands out forward and make your way onto your belly, however you want to get there. Bring the hands beside the low ribs. We're coming into baby cobra just to strengthen the lower back a little bit now that we've really released some pent up stress and tension there. So press into the tops of the feet, engage the quads, the kneecaps lift. Press the pubic bone down into the ground. Hands pull back, so an isometric pull. Shoulder tips lift. Tuck your chin to your chest, keeping the length of your neck. As you inhale, just peel the chest up. Maybe press into your hands, get a little higher. And exhale, lower down. One more inhale, up, hold for a breath. And then slowly lower. And then walk your hands so they're wider than your mat. Have the fingers pointing out a little bit diagonal and elbows pointing up. So just another variation on the cobra. So as you inhale, remember, pull the hands back, peel the chest up, maybe press into the hands, get a little more height, heart lifting forward. You can tuck your chin to your chest, keeping the length of your neck. Take one more breath here. And slowly lower down. Extend the arms out in front, palms face towards each other, and rest your forehead onto your mat. We're just going to reset the spine here. So take a deep inhale, in through your nose, open mouth side out. And then take an inhale, really relax the hips and the spine. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, engage your core, pull your belly button back towards your spine. As you inhale, release. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, belly button pulls in. One more like that. Inhale, release. And exhale, pulling everything in, engage the core. And inhale, release. Walk the hands back under the shoulders, or maybe if you want to take your forearms down first, just making your way back to tabletop, nice and slow. And then tuck the toes here, squeeze the armpits together, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal at the legs here. If the backs of the legs are tight, stay high on your toes and bend the knees, sink the heart towards your thighs. We're not staying here long, just one more breath. And then peering up at the hands, just take some baby steps all the way to the top. And take the feet almost as wide as the mat. Bend the knees here so the belly hangs on top of the thighs. And let the arms weigh heavy. Maybe give your head a couple of nods. And then plugging into your feet. Keep the knees bent, slowly rolling up your spine to come to stand. Nice and slow. Head is the last to rise. This feels so nice. And once you arrive, bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Walk the feet so they're about hips distance. Arms out to the side, palms forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky. Maybe gaze up at the left hand. And then as you exhale, let the right side body start to go kind of tired and saggy. Keep that left arm reaching for the sky, getting a full stretch on the left side body. One more breath. And on your next inhale, slowly peel up. Left arm comes down to the side. Just reset here in mountain pose. Maybe roll the shoulders back, palms forward. And other side, inhale, reach that right arm up. Keep it pointing up, maybe gaze up as you exhale. Let the left side body go tired and sag down. Oh my, that's a huge stretch. One side is definitely always tighter than the other, and that's totally normal. Take one more breath here. And as you inhale, slowly rise through center and just reset yourself in mountain pose. And then open up the feet nice and wide. And we're gonna make our way down the same way that we came up. So tuck your chin to your chest, bend your knees, round the shoulders in as the arms weigh heavy. Start to roll down your spine all the way to the ground. Maybe stopping if you reach a sticky spot and just breathe there. And once you arrive down, maybe you plant your hands or tent onto the fingers and just step back into tabletop. From there, send the legs to the side, coming into a seated pose. Open the legs out wide. So if the backs of the legs are still tight here, you can always have a micro bend to the knee. You can be sitting up on a block or a bolster. Just have the toes pointed towards you and pointing up. Bring the hands out in front of you. If that's not accessible, you can always place blocks under your hand. Just going to move through some oscillations with the breath. So as you inhale, just lengthen your spine here, reach the crown of the head up. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows, maybe pull the chest down. Doesn't matter how low you go, as long as you're getting a nice stretch in the hips, maybe the lower back. Inhale, release up, lengthen. Exhale, bending forward. Inhale, release, last one. Exhale, bending forward, keep the length of the spine. Inhale, slowly come back up. Place the right hand either to the inside of the thigh, the knee, or the shin. If you can reach to the foot while keeping the length of the spine, go ahead and do that. Left hand over to the left hip. Just open the upper body to the left here. So create this opening in the chest and the shoulders. Then inhale, reach that left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend towards the right. So you're reaching beyond the right toes. We're not gonna reach those toes. That just makes it a little bit too easy. Imagine that someone's pulling you beyond those right toes. And then maybe you bring that right hand out a little bit more forward, pressing into the right hand to open the chest. Remember to press the left hip down into the ground, getting this huge stretch in the side body, maybe even down into the lower back on that left side. One more breath. And then slowly, slow, rise through center. Just take a breath to reset here. Notice the difference between sides. And then plant the left palm to the inside of the left leg, wherever it reaches. Right hand to the right hip. Just open the upper body to the right, setting up here. Inhale, reach that right arm up. As you exhale, bending to the left, reaching beyond the left toes. Someone's pulling you here. Maybe pressing into that left hand, opening the chest a little more. Press the right hip down into the ground. One more breath. And slowly rising through center. Just take a breath here to reset. And then walk the knees together. Keep the legs extended out in front. From here, bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left knee, right hand behind you. As you inhale, reach that left arm up. As you exhale, hook the elbow to the outside of the right knee, twisting open to the right, gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, coming back through center, just a simple twist because we've got another one coming. And we'll switch sides, so left knee bends, planting that sole of the foot to the inside of the right knee, left hand behind. Inhale, reach the right arm up. As you exhale, hook the elbow to the outside of the left knee, open to the left. Take a breath here. And then slowly coming through center, bending both knees. Bring the hands behind you, stay tenting onto the fingers. Bend the elbows, pull them towards each other. The shoulders retract back. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Maybe you gaze up, maybe you tuck your chin. Just breathing into the front of the chest and the shoulders. One more breath. And slowly release. Bring the hands behind the thighs. Grab a hold here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, point your chin out and then tuck your chin to your chest, and start to round and lean back. So getting a huge stretch in the upper back, all the way into the back of the neck. And from here, if you want to slowly shift your head from side to side, just notice the stretch that you get on the sides of the neck. One more breath. And slowly coming through center. And then go ahead and slowly coming all the way down onto your back. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Just rock from side to side here. Maybe you get a little snap, crackle, pop. I'm surprised mine wasn't as loud because normally when I get down here, it's like celery being snapped, if you know what I'm saying. So keep the right knee hugging into the chest. You can either just plant that left foot or extend it long. Take one full breath here. And then bring the left knee to meet the right. Hug both knees in. And then go ahead and hug that left knee, either planting the right foot down or extending it long. Oh, there's a little crack. That's okay. We're working out the kinks right now. Take one full breath here. And then hug both knees into the chest one more time. And then just plant both soles of the feet down, knees pointing up towards the sky. Walk the feet as wide as your mat. Open your arms to a capital T or cactus. And then just let the knees fall over to the left, gazing to the right. And either just staying here, or you can bring that left foot on top of the right thigh, getting a little bit of a deeper spinal twist, as well as a stretch into the outer hip, the hip flexor, and as well as into the IT band area. And then slowly Coming back through center. Let the knees fall over to the right, gaze to the left. Staying here, or bring that right foot on top of the left thigh. Just getting a little bit deeper stretch here. I love doing this, a variation of the spinal twist after a lot of leg strengthening, but it's also really good for a little bit of back pain, which hopefully may have resolved itself by now. And then slowly coming up through center. Option to hug the knees into the chest one more time, or if you're feeling good, you can go ahead and extend the legs to the bottom corners of the mat, setting up for Shavasana, or just take any last movements that you need to really feel good with this practice. And once you've arrived in Shavasana, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth side out. Gently closing down the eyes. And staying here as long as you need. Checking in with how you feel. Notice how your back feels. And throughout the whole length of your spine. And with each breath, just soften a little more into the support beneath you. And when you're ready, you can gently bend the knees, rolling onto your right side. And pressing yourself up into a seated position. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's take a clearing breath here. In through the nose. Open mouth side out. Gently blinking open the eyes if they're closed. And namaste.